There we go, there we go. Hello, 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 everybody. We are live now. Um, Welcome back to that of Runarcana, your story, and I believe we are now on episode 12. With that being said, before we completely start into today's potentially wild session, uh, I would like that of somebody to give me a recap.
Alright. No can do. She'll have me. Right. At the end of your last session, the 10th session, we had been traveling from the tavern where we met our short-term Minotaur companion. And at the beginning of last session, we were traveling for a bit and decided to make camp in the middle of the forest. It was a bit of a weird experience for all of us. Thule honestly had a better time than the rest of us, with the forest itself providing them a bed of flowers to sleep in. But the first night was uneventful. The only thing we saw were some dancing lights, a fanged rabbit, and that was it. But then, our second day of travel was a bit more complicated as it began to rain. Heavy rain in a rainforest, and the ground became all muddy, and travel became rather difficult. Also, sleeping on this muddy ground proved challenging. On that day, we also spotted some bandits that were following us about 30 minutes out. Turns out that the thugs we stopped from robbing the tavern had apparently decided to make us their next target. And so, the travels continued through the rain for a few more days, with these thugs following us at a set distance but never ever engaging. At some point, Yasu actually went into their direction, but nothing happened, at least nothing that we noticed. But at some point, the rain stopped, and Yasu told us that the settlement he was leading us towards is only one more day out, so he would leave us to it, and decided to, say goodbye and left our group. And we made one last camp in the forest. The night itself was calm, nothing eventful, nothing of note happening. But in the morning, when we got up, or during the last watch, some fog began to linger around the camp. And shortly thereafter, the group of bandits actually sprang out of the bushes to attack us. They had a few members and also a few very, very large beasts with them, which they sicked on us. And, well, the party fought for their lives, but they emerged victorious. We defeated the ambushers, and I think it was our orc, Zutark, who chased after the only survivor. But when he actually got back into camp, the fog that was lingering around began to thicken ever so slightly, and a sense of dread enveloped the entire group. And as they, moved closer together, this potential threat, something actually appeared out of the fog, and it was a walking, seemingly living tree. And that was where we left off last session. I think you're muted.
My bad. I was saying yes, you're all good. You gain an inspiration. If you already have an inspiration, give it to somebody else.
No, don't have that.
Me and Zutark are still out, right? I don't think we came
Right.
back to camp.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I missed that.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna go over that
I
in a
want to make
second.
sure we're still like chasing the guy or whatever. Um,
Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. So, um, I think I'm going to start with in the meantime, before I get to potentially the craziness per se that's gonna happen over there. Uh, Zutark and Melis, give me an athletics
oh,
roll.
excuse me, athletics roll. Alrighty, I will try my best athletics roll. Athletics, normal roll. Oh boy, that is terrible. Damn.
Melis following a slight bit more behind, uh, basically following that of Zutark, who is a little bit further into the distance, basically right behind that of this runaway man. As you can see, the highwayman going over that of like a log under that of like some bushes. Zutark basically just bustling through if he really was, but it seems like the highwayman at least knows a slight bit more of this area than Zutark's kind of Russian. So at the very moment, you guys are would be currently chasing him at a pace that you guys would be basically taking you, I would say, about like 30 minutes to an hour to actually catch him.
Oh god, gotta pick up the pace.
I will say, I don't know why this stopped. I will say, you guys do, like I said, basically do eventually catch up to him after quite a bit of distance, essentially. Uh, Potentially even seeing that of a lot of the scenery, as I've already explained with that of Ionia before. Uh, but Zutark, you essentially would be the first one to actually get to him. Uh, what would you like? How would you like to catch this guy?
I'm gonna try to throw my club at his legs to stop him from running.
All right. I won't even make you roll for that. Because you guys have already been trying to catch up to a point to him already. So, Zutark, getting potentially maybe even angry enough, throws that of the of your maul, goes straight into like the side of his leg as he was trying to go over something, and you hear his like as he kind of somewhat falls down. Um, with that of basically not a per se fully broken leg, but you know he's not going to be walking on it.
Mhm.
You hear him start to even scream a little bit. He's like, "Help! Help! I'm gonna be killed!"
Where do you think you're going? I wasn't done with you yet.
I was told I could leave. Let me go.
No, I don't wanna. I still have much fun to do, and no one else is letting me have my fun. So I'm gonna take it out on you.
Oh no.
There is fear in my man's eyes.
At this point, honestly, I guess sometime after their conversation, I guess Melis will show up since he was a little bit lagging behind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Zutok, don't be killing him just yet.
Why not? He's the one who attacked us first.
That wasn't me. That was the leader decided that.
I'm not saying don't kill him at all. The man will be dead before the day's over.
What?
We just need to talk to him and get some questions answered.
And then I smash his skull in?
Yeah.
Sure. Go have fun at that point.
Okay. You hear that, little guy? I get to crush your skull in like coconuts.
He has
Beard.
he is basically feared, yeah.
I'm going to walk over to the man as he's kind of squat down, get low, and kind of, as I'm assuming he's like on the ground or whatever. So I'm gonna squat down, get low.
Kind of like hurt, not fully broken, but like has badly hurt his leg.
Okay, all right, yeah. And then I'm going to pull out my insignia medal of my rank as a part of the Nox military and be like, I'm kind of put it in his face, like, have you seen one of these before, man? Or I'd be like, have you seen this before?
You know what? Give me a flat D20 roll. You're looking to get between that of a 14 to 20.
Ooh, okay, all right. Flat D20. Roll. Oh, so I got a 14?
All right.
Does that count?
All right. No, I said 14 to 20. You got the 14. This is literally was for a different reason. As he kind of looks at it, you see that he like looks at it and he looks at it a slight bit weirdly. He looks at you and I'm gonna flat out just say it, but like I don't remember what it was. Mackers, do you know what the sorry, Bellis, do you know what the kind of like mantra or the motto is between that of Noxian soldiers?
Oh god, hold on a second. They actually do have a.
Because I'm just gonna tell you straight off the bat. He tells you like the first half.
The shorthand of the model is like strength above all. Basically, is like that's like the. I think there's like more to it, but that's like kind of the quick little model they'll say between each other and stuff. Is that?
Give me a second then.
Let me see if I can find the actual.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this because I see something and I'm just gonna go with it for now. He's gonna say strength above all, and what would be followed by that in like the traditional like Noxian soldier would be forever strong.
I'm gonna kind of get a little wide-eyed because I wasn't quite expecting him to say all of that. And then I'm gonna kind of. Is he currently being held down to the ground at all by anything? Like, is Zutok like standing on him or like whatever? Or Is he
No.
just got a bad leg? Okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna kind of like put my insignia back away, kind of hidden in my clothing, and then kind of say like, "So what are you doing here, soldier? So far away from, I'm assuming, your outpost."
He looks at you. He looks over at that of the troll, and he's like, "I was I'm not in the best state, and seeing with that of your rank, I don't mind answering questions now. But can I at least not be killed for it?"
Don't you say it. I've been waiting all day for this.
You know what? Let's just say I'll give you the chance to fight for your life. Hold on a second. Wait, where is that? Wait, how many spell size do I have left? Hold on.
I don't know why, but my brain's just imagining fucking mud fight, unarmed fight pit.
Depending on what you want
Blah,
to do,
blah,
Melis, I might
blah.
just allow it.
I'm basically just gonna heal him real quick right now.
That's why I assumed.
Yeah.
He,
I was gonna cast like a healing word arm or something and just heal him up some. Really, that's all I'm gonna do. That's all I was gonna.
do you want to say that
I
you
don't-
healed him up to full?
Not quite full. Let's put him at like a good like a 80, 75%, something like that. Like a almost full.
All right, I got you.
You know. And I'll be like, so I'll kill the fool and I'll say, there. Now I'll give you a chance. My friend here is really itching for some violence, and I don't want to disappoint him. However, as from one fellow knocks into another, I'll give you the chance to fight for your freedom after you answer my questions. Now, what are you doing out here?
He he proceeds to think to himself for a second, looks at that as the troll, and goes, "I suppose even if I die, I'll at least die as that of a warrior." He looks back at you, then Melis. "I'm here on a scouting mission, infiltration."
Under whose orders? Who's currently running this operation over here?
He says kind of like with a kind of like a look that he's looking down to try to not somewhat look at you, but he goes, "For your rank, that is classified."
Fucking classified. What?
Can I kill him now? He's being.
Hold on a minute, Zutark. Just give me a second. Classified. Okay then. Fine. I'll go meet this person eventually, soon enough. Once I find some time to slip away from the group. Were you here for a scouting? Clearly, you weren't trying to scout on some random highwaymen and bandits, right?
He's like, now he's trying to like really think to himself as he's trying to think of anything to say. I thought it might have been better to not do the mission. And what that means to you, Bellis, is I'll just explain it to you because you would understand He's trying to tell you that he has abandoned his mission, aka that he is a
Yeah, that's
believer.
I figured. He's
Deserter. Sorry.
He's basically an AWOL, essentially. Yeah, like so now the look in Melissa's face is gonna change from more like at least listening and more curious, and now he just gets a very angry look on his face, and he just kind of like looks on him and says, "You cowardly bastard."
I had no choice. I had to think about my own life. Do you understand what goes on around here?
That's what I hit him inside the face as he's talking. Like that's when I punch him in the face as he's talking.
spits out a slight bit of blood.
No, what you are is a disgrace, and you deserve every bit of what happens to you. I have no more need for any information from a deserter like you. You can go ahead, kill him, Zutark.
Finally, you were making me wait forever. Okay, little man, get over here.
And Melissa kind of stepped back away a bit.
Let's see. Should I break his rib cage first, or should I crack his toes one at a time?
Jesus. 10 minutes into a session, torture.
Do whatever will inflict the most pain, Zutark. Man is a coward and a traitor to his people.
Oh,
No.
so definitely the toe thing.
He's gonna like pull out that of his like his kunais and sickle, but he's gonna look over at you, Bellis, for a second, and in a kind of like heavier breath kind of style. I am a coward, and I will admit to that. But by no means have I betrayed that of have I betrayed that of my nation. So I will at least leave you with a little bit of information if I'm gonna die here anyways. The area I was trying to scout was that of the city of Kayanvi, as he proceeds to go and try to stab into that of Zutark. And honestly, I'm not gonna make you roll for anything, Zutark. This is completely up to you on how things go here.
Alright. Zutark's gonna catch his hand with the blade in it and like begin like crunching down on his hand. You think silly little knife is gonna hurt Zutark? Now you just hurt Zutark's feelings now. And then he's gonna take both of his giant troll hands and start clamping down on his head.
You hear as he's kind of like screaming, but like you're somewhat covering his mouth. As he just
Don't worry. We're gonna play a little game called Pop Goes the Bandit.
And with that, we will shift the screen off, like off the screen as you hear that of a.
My brain's just playing Mortal Kombat X-Ray sounds.
No. Finish him.
And with that, if you guys don't have anything specific else to
Break.
specifically anything else to say here, I am gonna go back to the other people.
Yeah, no, you good. You can go back to other people now.
Yes, I am satisfied with the crushing of Skull.
Also, I am gonna just type this in since I did tell you.
Pound V.
There you go.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I was just about to ask that actually.
Yeah, I figured. It's kind of was funny because every time you look this up, it'll bring up Keanu, but it's not what it is.
Keanu Reeves, is that you?
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Also, I need to clear this guy's stat. I will put you guys on the map just so you can see the map, but but
Yeah,
you guys are
that's
not
fine.
here.
That's fine. Yeah, I figured.
All right, now that we've headed back here into this situation, I will give a slight re-explanation here as I put this up. There we go. You will see as you guys this is going back a little bit because like I said, Zutark and Melis left for like 30 minutes to an hour. This happened a lot faster than that. Considering as
Hopefully.
as maybe these guys you might even started to like look to like loot anybody or anything. As I said, the fog rolled in very more heavily quickly as it seems like out of that of the mist it appears that of a big like shadow entity or something as you can all start to somewhat see as the fog some doesn't like clear but like he gets further past the fog to a point that uh you can see that of this extremely thorny like tree almost you could almost represent it like as if it was some living tree creature. The only thing that makes it a little bit more weird than what you would normally hear from that of any stories about a tree or something like that would be the blue, almost ghostly like flames kind of coming out from different parts of it. And with
Yes.
that, everybody that is here, proceed to give me a proceed to go ahead and get yourselves onto initiative here.
No.
Yeah. Again, Thor would call out, Uli, is this something normal for thine homeland?
Yeah, Julie will like almost seem like kind of thrilled as he's like twirling his spear, like, oh, incredibly.
Remember, there's
Really?
also the combat
Hey.
HUD if you guys want to use that.
Yes.
I got good initiative. Yay.
I do not.
So I'm just
That's
gonna
fine.
let you know. He has initiative value of 0. And then I need to get him in here. Zutar, get out of here. You're not here.
Trying his
I'm not-
best.
I'm not here yet.
I don't know that you're gonna be here. Y'all were gone a while. Anyways,
Yes.
I think I have everybody in here now. So with that, I'm just gonna press B in combat.
Oh.
Okay. So, because of the potential horror of this thing, let's see. He is about 40 feet away from me. Let's go from here. 335. I can only shoot something 15 feet away. So if I go here. Let's see. So if I go here. I believe that's 20 feet. He is 15 away, I think. If not, I'll move one. Let's see. If not, I'll be the one. Okay. And I'm going to do this. Not gonna put the measure template because the measure template doesn't apply. I don't think that's right. Let me check. So it'd be 8. Yeah, I think it meant to be Macan. Not in. I think I put the wrong thing in front of save. So it would have been 8 plus 4 plus 3. So that would have been 8 plus 7. So that would be DC 15 on save.
You got 13.
Okay, so he failed and takes. And I believe because we are in the dark and it's an attack thing, I add. Let's see, that would be plus 3 plus 1, so that's plus 4. He takes 18 cold damage and has his movement speed reduced by 20 feet until the end until the end of my next turn, I believe. I'm not bothering with the cone because nothing's behind him, so it doesn't really affect anyone.
You proceed to shoot out that of your lightning as you blast off one of his arms.
Oh, that wasn't a lightning. You guys see core form from
Oh, sorry, cold.
his hand, a spear of pure ice as he beats it at the man. Because this is my runescence. I'm using the frost spear because I've done all my lightning.
Yep. Is that the end of your turn?
Just in case I was here. I moved to here, so I'm gonna move back 1. That's 20 feet. I was over there, which is 25. So back 1. So yeah, that's on my turn. Don't really got any bone infection things I can do.
I don't know why this guy should be bothered. All right, Julie, it's your turn. And Julie, if you're there, you're muted.
Yep. Cool. So Julie's just gonna let me just get some measurements up here. Can go a little further than this, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna get kind of like a little view of it, mostly just stand in front of Christy and just kind of give him a bit of cover with my spear and just. First and foremost, I'm just going to do my bog standard of using defense.
By the way, I'm flying up in the air.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm still like
So
slightly in front of you, but beneath you.
Okay.
Yeah, so just going to do my standard keeping an eye on people. So defensive maneuver is going to be my main action, but I'm mostly just going to be keeping an eye on it because obviously I recognize the treant, but it's definitely corrupted in some way. So I just kind of want to see what it does before I do anything specifically.
Yeah, I just kind of threw an ice spear and just in the hopes of slowing it because it.
Yeah, as always, +1 AC, 4 damage reduction for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like this bastard can teleport or has like 50 million movement speed. It does nothing, but hey.
Julie, you will. Is that the end of your turn, by the way?
Yeah, that's my full turn.
So, give me either a Arcana or History check, and I'll get back to you on that later.
No worries. I feel I'm hot garbage at both of these. I am indeed.
Oh boy.
That's
Let's
fine.
go with Arcana.
All right. Knowing that of Kurz, Kurz is more than likely, I would think, would run up to that of the creature and proceed to essentially start tearing into it.
Oh shit.
As you see, Kurz has sliced into that of this tree monster. Basically, as he slices down on like a good part of its torso, basically opening up its wooden like torso almost very easily, slashing off its hand on its other arm, and even trying to like give it some of the bull horns a little bit. As that is his turn. Car.
Ready. Well, originally, Carl wasn't so sure if he should attack this creature, but given that everyone has already started tearing into it, I guess he'll ask Tilly, Tilly, should we attack this creature, or is it friendly by chance?
Julie, you there?
Yep. Sorry, my bad. Got phone call rang literally as a.
All good.
I was going to ask you, is this creature friendly, or is it?
I'm going to take a wild stab and say no.
All right then. Unfortunate. But yeah, Kara will just target it with a white bolt cantrip. Okay. It's 12, 11 to hit. Currently. Okay, something again.
Oh, no, you just go ahead and do damage. You can auto crit if you like.
I can auto crit if I like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
I
sure.
don't like the sounds of that.
It's plus 15. That's 29. Force damage.
You see it as, or why shoot? How does it look for the spell?
It's just some energy will travel down my right arm as I extend it, and that rune will glow up, and it's just like a lightning bolt, like a
You see
momentary
as
connection.
this the purple like lightning bolt just comes straight out from Car, coming and essentially blasting a huge hole straight through this creature's chest. However, even though there is the hole there, you do see that of the blue flame still like kind of inside of it. Is that your turn?
That is my turn, yeah. I'll just stay 30 feet up.
All right, now it becomes this creature's turn. As now, here's the now it's time for the kicker. You will see as this creature, all the parts that got blasted, shot off, proceed to within literal seconds, proceed to instantly regenerate all of those pieces on that of this creature. The wood has been reformed. The flames are now even looking like they're even brighter, hotter on this creature. It does not look happy, as it is going to proceed to move, unfortunately, only 10 feet. And now we're gonna do some fun things. And I gotta decide on what those fun things are now. What are those fun things, you might ask? Let's go with since he's next to Car.
I'm flying.
Not you, Car. Car is sorry, Curse.
Okay. Yeah.
Curse. I forgot. Since he's next that of Curse here. We're gonna go with Mighty Slam.
Boy. Oh.
The slam be mighty.
Curse barely kind of like standing back that of the attack, as that of a big booms came out from that, as the fist of this creature kind of proceeds to go down into that of the ground, which is unfortunate, but not his only action, as he will now proceed to do.
Who else did he hit with the slam? It says against 2 targets within 5 feet.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot Tuli was actually close enough.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, unless it missed. If Tuli has a higher than 17 ace, 17 or higher.
No, because
Don't
it's two
think I
separate.
do.
Because it's 2 separate attacks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
One for Julie.
That is a miss. Wait, tell I know.
Boy.
I just. Sorry, no, that's not a miss. I only saw the dust. So yeah, that hits. Con save? Or just straight damage?
It's just an attack, and you get knocked back 15 feet.
That is 44 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, good god.
Guys, I'm sorry, but truly, he might have not hit Curse, but he looks over at you and boom, straight into that of your chest.
Hell. Fucking hell.
And since you've been hit, you are knocked back 15 feet.
That'd be here. Luckily, you didn't hit a
almost
wall.
hit a wall. I was like, you almost hit a wall, man.
Yeah, you almost hit a wall.
Is this thing friendly?
Right.
Evidently not.
And it has another thing it can do.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. Whee!
Oh man, that thing says near death.
And now we are going to use that of spikes and needles.
Jesus Christ!
Everybody within that range, which is a 60-foot, pretty much a 60-foot bubble. You will have to make that a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
boy, I can't wait to fail this horribly.
Oh boy. Thank God.
Doesn't say how much the damage is.
Because I have to roll the damage. Don't worry.
No, I mean the dices. Doesn't even say how much dices it is. Dice.
I guess we'll find out.
I made it myself. I made the ability myself, so I don't have the die on there. It's if I click it, you'll see it.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
okay.
anyways,
Suspense.
on the fail,
We don't know the horrors that await us.
Okay, so it's 4d10s. Okay, that's
Oh.
rough. That's rough.
21.
21 21
Bleh.
piercing damage as that of a bunch of like thorns pretty much shoot out from different places, almost as if this creature was controlling that of the terrain itself.
I just had to reload quickly. I'll make my save you now.
God
It
damn it.
wasn't during my thing. Your story.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, because I believe
Oh,
on half it still does half. Or
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
on success it still does half damage.
Yeah,
yep.
it's 21.
12 because we are exhausted.
Cool. Do I roll a death save immediately, or is it on my turn?
It would be on your turn, but so don't worry about it just yet. However,
Cool.
I will tell you now, on that Arcana check, you don't. Unfortunately, you were not able to remember that of much information to help you in this situation, outside of the fact that this is probably that of an angry spirit. More an angry spirit, that of what you know to be something very dangerous in the myths, at least. I can't give you.
When I'm conscious, that will be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I said potentially, but for now, let me roll that. Let me roll that occurs.
And Kurz also got knocked back 15 feet because of the fucking slam and took the.
No, he didn't get hit.
Oh, he did the 17 minute. Did he have more than 16 AC?
Kurz has 16 AC. We go over.
Yeah,
Uh,
not bits and
Yeah.
pizza.
Unfortunately, though, this one would hurt Kurz.
and it would hurt me too.
And plus 4, because
What is the DC anyway?
DC is 18.
Yeah, no, I had to get. Considering I was rolling it neutral, I had to roll an 18 because I had the fucking -2 from exhaustion.
Oh boy.
So, now with that being said, it is we come back up to the round 2 here, as now understanding this creature might be a lot more than what some people may not have expected here. I'm just gonna tell you that what you guys would need to do for this situation here, uh, you would either need to potentially run or at least survive for 2 more rounds.
I mean, that's
Well,
not
that's
an issue.
Well, the thing is, that thing gets 2 layer actions. If it slams me once, chances are I'm going down because I have less. I have less HP than it did in damage last turn.
Well,
Like, unless it can't do layer actions consecutively.
Pretty sure it does. I think it only has layer actions, judging by
Yeah.
this. That's what it says
Yeah.
at the top of it.
Because if it has 2 layer actions, which is why I don't know if it alternates or if it does the same. If it can do any too.
Oh, I don't know how that's what it picks, but I definitely think it only has layer actions. So
Yeah, like it only has layer. But I don't know if it can just. I don't know if it can just spam Mighty Slam. And just spikes and needles. And I can't carry Kurz. I cannot carry Thule. I guess. My best bet is to try and hit it with my last Frost Spear and then retreat because it's slowed. And it doesn't seem to have any teleportation.
not a bad thought.
no.
So, I try. I fixed the save to the right thing because I had to make the stuff for it. No measure template because no one's behind it. Except for dead corpses. DC 15. Wait, that's right. I have more speed. I could have moved further back. Yeah, I know that now.
It got a 22.
Okay, it takes nothing then. Have to give this a save or suck thing. Oh, wait, that was my bonus action, not action. Huh.
Wait, isn't it half damage on save?
It doesn't say. It just says creature with
No,
perform
it-
a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it takes 2d6 cold damage and its speed reduced.
Ah, the creature's behind it. Okay, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
like the creature, and then if creatures behind it take half of
Yeah,
whatever I
okay.
rolled. So it's all savers suck, but it's like the creatures behind take half of whatever the creature in front took.
Alright.
Oh, wait,
Alright.
sorry. I am up. I forgot my own damage reduction. I should have some hit points left.
Oh, there you go.
Good job.
Now
Julie
Tuli
fell on
can
the-
yell at people and be like, "It's a tree monster."
Thule fell on the floor, thinking he was dead, but then realized, oh wait, I'm not dead. My ribs are only slightly broken.
Tuli had flash
It's-
had the anime flashbacks of like it took only a few moments, but he relived a part of his childhood.
Julius fucking barrier.
I had
It's
a
like
filler
the-
episode in my own head.
Yeah.
Uh.
It's a fucking I died, but I lived.
Then I died.
So I have twice my speed. And I have my action, so I can dash. I can run 100 feet away if I really wanted to. I still have my action. I didn't realize Frostbeard was a bonus action. And I have no healing, so it's like a...
Yeah, I don't have any left either.
Let me check what does my cloak do, because I have to check that. What do you do? Yeah. Core is gonna look to everybody and would suggest, and basically suggest, I think this is the time that we retreat. This is not the time to fight.
You tell me what to do, old man.
Oh, here's my character. It's only 20 out of like 1,000. He's not a young, he's not an old dragon.
Whose turn is it now?
Mine technically. Yeah, my character's just suggesting that we run. Does anyone disagree?
No complaints here.
Okay, so
I'll keep it occupied.
what direction did our other two party members go in? Was it this way or was it that way?
Down.
See, I just run off the map. I take an action dash and making sure I'm out of the way of the creature. I just kinda dip. I threw an ice spear at it, didn't work. I now run away.
All right. You are.
I'll just kind of put myself. I'll just kind of put myself here so I can still see everything. Well, I'm effectively off
I'll
the
put
map.
you over here. You have run it the fuck away. Congratulations,
Yeah.
you are now out of this.
If I wasn't exhausted, I would have had an extra 20 feet in there.
Julie, it's your
Because
turn.
I'm at 25
Yeah.
out of 30.
No, I'm just gonna gather my wounds as much as I can and just be like, that's not an ordinary treant. That's a vengeful spirit. Can't tell if it's of the forest or human, whatever it is. Anyway, and then I'm just gonna dash action away.
Anyways, I'm gonna use my ultimate move. Running.
Running away.
And Core just... No, this is what Core did. He pulled the fucking Jonathan Joseph run away.
My secret technique.
Run away!
All right, you are also out.
Oh, curse.
The power of never skipping leg day. What's our Minotaur boy gonna do? He gonna stand and fight?
Well, that's a question.
Of the day.
Oh.
Ah,
Let's
I see. He is going to stay and fight.
He's a local denizen. I trust his judgment.
He kind of like, as he's fighting, he's like, car, go. He's pretty much trying to like, act like he's trying to be somewhat of a hero and hold back this monster.
Yeah, just being like,
That
see ya.
happens.
He does proceed to attack into the creature though, and is trying to like hold it. So, Car, it's your turn.
I mean, with the flying, I could probably stay here and try to help him out. But I think it might be more useful if I try to cover the ones running away. It seems that Curse has made his decision. So Car will fly in the same direction as the rest of them, and as he does, he'll just fire off one last void bolt at the creature.
Comes down, vroom, blows off a bit of him.
For another 11. Okay.
Yeah, the attack doesn't matter. I'm just gonna tell you
Yeah.
right. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna put this out here, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyways, you proceed to run. Not run. Sorry, fly out of there as well. The further that you start to get away, as you're following the rest of your allies here, the further that the more that the trees kind of look like it's starting to make it not visible for you to see anything of what's going on over there anymore. And as a little bit of time passes, and by a little bit of time I mean moments, so like I would probably say in about between 6 to 12 more seconds, as you guys are running away out of there, you hear that of a big boom, as that of lightning basically strikes down in what seems to be like an area that was back there, wherever the creature could have been. Maybe it was just an accidental, or sorry, coincidence, but lightning had struck down. But as the lightning strikes down, you will hear that of boom, 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 as more lightnings just keep striking down. It is the time to maybe leave. AKA just
Yeah.
telling you to keep running.
Yeah, Core is still running at 100 feet per 100 feet every 6 seconds.
I can't keep up. Cover the group.
All right. Melis and Zutark, were you guys on your way back?
Yeah, after he finishes whatever with the guy, we probably just gonna make our way back.
So I
We
kid
don't.
you.
Oh, sorry, what was I gonna say?
I was gonna say, I kid you not, as you guys were making your way back, it would probably be like maybe 5-10 minutes as you guys are making your way back. You see probably the rest of the group here outside of that of cars. Kurz. Pretty much potentially exhausted, out of breath, and also very much injured.
I'm gonna roll Constitution just to see how exhausted my character actually might be. I'm just curious, because my guy was very, very running.
Oh,
You're here.
look at them.
He's a bit
He's
exhausted.
like, what is wrong with all of you guys? You seem to be
We need
worse
to
for wear.
leave. We need to leave.
Where's the
There's
Minotaur at?
something-
Where's the bull?
Angry spirit
Dead,
did not
most
die.
likely. Yes,
So
what do you
just
think he
abandoned
did?
him?
No, he urged us to run away. There was some kind of fucking tree, and it healed everything we dealt with. I mean, a few seconds ago, you heard it too. The fucking lightning strike. If it had struck anything anywhere near this creature, the curse is gone.
To be fair to Melis and Zutark, if the lightning they would have heard, it was probably just like, oh, it's probably gonna rain, in the distance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We would have just thought it was some other random line. We were like, so I would have said,
No, that was right next to our camp.
so this tree creature was calling down lightning strikes on you as well?
I don't know. I did
Was
not
that-
look back.
It was either that or something else. Either way, we should not remain to find out.
Yeah,
He
let's
says he
get to the
points to
city.
He says he points to Thule, who probably has a fucking fifth indent in his abdomen from the
Yeah, Thule
tree.
does not look well.
We also probably all
Oh,
have,
you
like,
guys had all the fun without Zutark? That's
We also-
lame.
That wasn't
also-
fun. Trust me.
We also all collectively also have fucking thorns sticking into us from the previous thing.
Yeah. Some more of
You
Car's
look the
flesh
worst.
has been stripped away, and you see.
Thule's like brushing
All
off
over the
every
place.
thistle that's not currently embedded in him. Like,
Melis
as
is-
glad as I am to be home, the forest is pissed.
Let's get to the settlement. It shouldn't be too far away.
Is it? Where are we going to the direction of the settlement? Because we didn't see. If y'all going the way we just came from, the settlement's not that way.
Well, it should be in this direction over there. You didn't run too far away.
Yeah, you
After
guys
all.
can basically kind of go towards a new path and basically get back to the path you guys were on, not at that area.
Yeah, we're just taking a bit of a roundabout way to make sure we're away from whatever level of forestry remains.
and we were sure you've seen Court or Curse. What is it? Curse, right? Okay.
Curse.
Yeah, Curse.
You seen Curse's dead body?
No, but I saw what this creature could do. And I will not risk my hide to find out whether he's dead or not. He made his choice, and I will respect it.
Cowards, the lot of you.
Run then, Melias! Shut up and run towards him. Go see for yourself. But do not dare call me a coward when you ran off to chase down someone who has surrendered. The only coward I see here are you two. Hunting down a poor man who did nothing more than run away.
And try to kill us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hunting down a murder. You forget he tried to steal from us and kill us. So this is clearly no
what's
innocent
threats?
man.
What threat did he pose to you? May I ask, what threat did he pose to you, Zutark?
Oh,
He could have
Would
fought
you crush his
others.
skull
So
as
we
he
should
lays
just
there?
let him do his crime to other people? Is that what we should have done? Just let him go off and
No,
kill and steal from some other poor passerbys when we have a chance to stop him?
no, I do not care. But do not dare call us a coward when you were not there, you
Coward.
fool.
And I'll walk past. I'm not going to walk past him and just shaking my head, still calling him a coward.
There's
I'm
nothing
Very
cowardly
tempted
about
to nuke you.
There's nothing cowardly about choosing life.
You will see one day, Melias. You'll see.
And the plot thickens. As afterwards, as I was saying before, you guys will eventually find that of a new path going towards that, of this, pretty much up to that of the city. And unfortunately, as you guys were pretty much looking to, uh, as you guys were kind of like looking for this place, and sorry, not looking for this, as you guys were going to pretty much sit down and camp before all that whole mess happened. This was essentially that of your guys' whole night. Uh, so you would be coming into this place in the morning, and unfortunately, I will have to say you would all get that of an exhaustion for that of this wild between that of the wild night and between that of instead of trying to get sleep, proceeding to just get to your destination more quickly.
Okay, so we all agree we are sleeping. Anything else can wait till after we sleep, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like we're all at, because you'd be at 1 exhaustion, the rest of us would all be at 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, I don't know how many of these go away on the long rest, but I'd rather not have any more -2s.
One.
It's 1.
One goes away. Unless you have a feature for it.
That sucks.
All right.
Literally 10 feet slower and probably a -4 on everything. Damn.
So as we are getting closer to this per se city, you are noticing that of the you are noticing that of some trees and potentially like an actual small building or two out here. However, you do actually get to a point where you do start to see that of just a quick second. Okay. You do start to see that of what looks to be like some almost farming like fields filled with that of uh a variety of like uh vegetables, maybe fruits coming off of trees. But the thing that's weird about it is it's not like anything that you guys would normally see. As in Ionia, the trees look a lot more different. At least in the way of like you will see that of normal-ish green-like trees, but then you'll see that of spiral-like wooden trees. You'll see that of um almost a pink-like blossom-like tree all around as well, as you see that of the actual I want to say like outline more so that of the walls, there we go, that of the stone-like walls surrounding a certain area. Looking over, you can see that of a almost open like gate, one that doesn't really appear to really have anybody around at the very moment.
Car will at this point begin stepping on the ground again. And
All
just
right.
approach the gate.
I think this exhaustion is different because technically it's only disadvantage on ability checks and speeds have. Huh.
Do we, by the way, do we use 2024 or 2014 exhaustion rules?
I think it's 2014 exhaustion rules, but if you just look in the open resources, you have the exhaustion there as well. Like it's under conditions in the open resource in the journal tab in Foundry.
Okay. Perfect, thank you.
And as I was saying, you guys approaching that of the gate, as I said, don't really see anybody really around, and it's a little bit weird. The gate though, um, they like what I was saying, the gate, and the reason why I'm saying it's like an open gate is because it really isn't a gate. There's not like anything holding you guys back from just walking in.
Melis will then try to walk in. If that's the case.
Let's go.
you walk in, immediately you start to see that of some buildings, weird like purple flowers on the ground next to those buildings. Uh a couple more walls around in this place. Uh however, uh you all are walking in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
However, the thing that I will say will notice all of you, uh, or will be of notice to all of you, I'm sorry, is it seems pretty not completely silent in here, but like there's nobody really around at the moment as you're looking, almost as if it was some type of ghost town.
We're all the people in here. This place empty.
Someone go ahead and give me, actually, give me a party investigation.
Oh, jeez. So
I have a
everyone,
+5.
everyone needs to roll if it's party.
I don't know
Okay.
shit.
Well, I have
Yeah.
disadvantage if we're still exhausted.
Wait, how do you have a -4? Oh, exhaustion.
Because yeah, it's
No, wait, what?
it's technically disadvantage, not
Yeah.
-4.
Yeah.
Or
It's 2014 rules.
yeah. So that's why I ticked off exhaustion, because it's using the 2024 or something, because it's giving you negatives.
Okay, not to real quick.
That's
Just
weird.
before I do this, when to make this, well, I'll make the roll quick. But I do have something I do want to do as well.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What am I rolling? Oh, just a perception. You said?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. Okay.
But since you're at levels of exhaustion, you'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a 5.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
for
I
me.
did not. Hold on.
5.
I did not put my exhaustion level 2. Hold up a second. That's a good point.
Don't take it on the thing, just roll with disadvantage, because that it gives you negatives, not 2014 ones. Because 2014, those of us who have 2 levels have half our speed and disadvantage on ability checks. Those of us with 1 just have disadvantage on ability checks.
I'll try to fix that
Oh,
later, but that's
okay.
gonna be that's gonna take me a hot minute.
Yeah.
Okay. All
It's
right.
just
Then I'll
some-
roll good.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 14. All right.
Yeah. So I guess. Yeah.
And then hold on. I do want to as an action real quick. Wait, where is I will let me do this. There we go.
So I was technically running.
Oh shit.
So technically, I was running away at 120 feet a turn. Because I didn't have negative.
I don't know why I put that there, the measure template, but it's basically just a 120 radius foot of to see if there's any undead around.
No.
Or if anyone's under like a hold spell or something like that. So okay, all right, cool. I didn't see anything. All right, good. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
With that of this group investigation though, so how I try to rule my stuff here is if you guys proceed to essentially either majority of you are successful or you guys hit a certain number here. You guys did hit a certain number here. This one wasn't particularly hard, even though you guys almost somewhat didn't get there. You guys together do successfully though start to hear noise. Um and it doesn't sound like noise from just like one person or something like that. It sounds like sometimes that there's clapping, sometimes that there's cheering, sometimes that there's other noises you might hear, and you guys are hearing this from that of uh, a certain area going further, a little bit further in. And as you do, you come upon you come upon into what seems to be like this building uh that is more of an open like building, one that you can just walk in, but it seems like it has like red drapes in front of it before you do. It does appear to be somewhat of a wooden and grassy like hut though. It is pretty big though, like as a structure.
Right? No, I mean, let's go towards it. I'd say.
Yeah, Meadows will kind of walk toward it and he'll say, so I'll be hearing some voices from inside.
So here. All right. As you guys are heading inside, you can see it starts off a little bit dark, but seems to be having more of a open like area open like area going kind of deeper down, as you can tell easily see because there are still lights, but it looks like some of those lights are kind of more directing down to that of the bottom of what seems to be like a stage. As I'm going to now activate this, uh I couldn't get the best picture, so uh don't think about the outside or the scenery too much. It's meant to be kind of like these like stairs going down towards that of this open area on the inside of a huge hut.
Sort of like a Roman stage.
Theater, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it as it is, but it is literally just a theater.
Yes, just a theater.
Here we go. So I'm gonna go through this. This is gonna be a lot, so it's fine. But here we go. You guys come in, and maybe you guys even might want to take a seat after coming into this. If you wanted to, whether you do or don't, though, I'm gonna explain what you see. So as you've walked in, your immediate notice is an almost completely taken crowd of people that appear to be almost like in trance, so almost as to what is going down further down towards that of the platform, where some well placed torchlight is to illuminate kind of like this scene of what seems to be three people on this stage. I'm not gonna put any specific people down there uh, on the screen. I mean, but I am gonna explain them because they are different. But for the three people that you see that are on the stage, you see what seems to be an older looking, what you would guess to be human male in clothes that represent he was a fighter of some sorts, almost seeming to be like more heavier metal wearing stuff. It definitely seems like it's fake metal, but like it seems like it's heavier metal representing that of with that of some red representing that of almost like Indoxian color. Sorry, Indoxian clothing. Uh he seems to he seems to have been injured recently. AKA, there's fake blood coming from that of the stomach as he is sitting down, kind of like taking what seems to be big, slow breaths on top of a huge stone that has been somewhat already placed there. And then you see that of two other figures on each side of him that appear to somewhat copy each other's movements. These two people are like copying each other's movements, as in, because they are kind of like circling this person, and as one person circles, the other person does the opposite circle. So it's kind of like they're staying somewhat away from each other. These two figures, though, I'm gonna get into them. One figure seems to have a very realistic costume, seeming to have that of ram-like horns, fur-like hoofs, light purple skin even. Yet for a costume, they have that of a mask that seems to be black, but has that of white fur over that of the almost headdress. That doesn't really cover the horns, and has that of like a bow and arrow that looks to be crudely made craft, honestly. Not really like the best bow and arrow, but just probably something for a play. Not suitable for real battle at all. But the other person that's also circling appears to be in more dark light clothing, at least from the below, to kind of represent an almost shadow, almost for the upper part, where the upper part seems to be like that of a crude, it's kind of like a big crude, like, those Chinese dragons where you have multiple people in it. It kind of seems like that,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
made for like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
man.
Okay, okay.
uh and to explain what this looks like, uh it is that of this kind of like one man Chinese dragon float, kind of, where you can see that of the front to back. From the front to back, you see that of what seems to be like a white mask on top of that of a midnight, almost black wolf face with a huge toothy, like, kind of like grin that you can see, like, if you would open it up and down, you could see its mouth kind of like move up and down, like it was like, like, again, one of those like Chinese dragon kind of style. um but with that of the big toothy grin appears to like open and close when it's speaking with an almost weird magical flow of like wavy, like onyx like hair, so like very deep black. And I say it's kind of like magical because it kind of seems just magical that it's flowing, how it's flowing, I mean. And with that, I am going to do this little part here. As you guys have pretty much will find out that you guys have gotten to the end of this play. So I'm going to represent these people here, uh, uh, real quick. I'm going to represent these people here, but I am going to show you. These are the masks that they are wearing.
Oh boy.
The
Yeah.
the person that's wearing the black mask is Lamb. I say that because I'm just telling you that in general, because you will find this out as well. But the person wearing the black mask is Lamb. The person wearing the white mask is Wolf, and
Wait, isn't
the
the other way around?
I was about to say, isn't it the other way around?
Yeah, white is lamb, but black is wolf.
No, they wear the opposite
they
mask.
wear the opposite mask.
Like lamb wears the wolf
Ah.
mask and wolf wears the lamb mask.
Yeah, I had to double check myself. Yeah. They wear yeah, that's why it's like the white on black, black on white. But like I was saying, the lamb would be wearing that of the black mask, and the wolf would be wearing that of the white mask, and then the other person is just that of the man. So I'm gonna start pretty much getting into this. So, we're gonna start with that of the lamb here. You lived a life full of memories, joyfulness, bitter despair, unfettered rage. But now you've come across a new decision. As the man is kind of like slumped still, he's, who are you? Wait, the mask of a white and black mask, bow and wolf. Is this life and death? Are you kindred? As that of the wolf, the one with the Chinese kind of dragon like wolf, the mouse starts to move, and it starts to speak very angrily. Talks too much. Let's feast. As you see, as the wolf proceeds to kind of go in a little bit, as the kind of hand comes up to stop him, as as Lamb proceeds to go. No, says from her. We cannot decide this warrior's fate. We are but guides to his afterlife. Foolish you are, Lamb. His time dwindles, and we both know it. Perhaps, but a fire with fuel to still be used is a waste on the cycle. Every cycle has its purpose, just like us. Always remember, Wolf, never one without the other. As you hear that of the man starts to groan. You are slipping between the stones and the petals now. Tell us a simple question. And don't bother lying. How would you like to go? My arrow? A slow and painful death. Or by me, a swift and painless end. And the man looks to both of them. And if I choose neither? Lamb, you see, like, she pretty much smirks, but it's more of like the noise of smirking. She's like, huh. Every life ends with us. The man seems to act like he was saying something, but silently, almost as if to keep the secret of his choice before he closes his eyes, head back on the rock he lays upon. Everyone pretty much starts to proceed to get up and cheer and woo, yeah, as you see that of these as you see the actors start to like pretty much get up, except for like the man on the rock, as more people coming that you guys wouldn't have even seen during this whole play proceed to come in, start to take bows, as people are like throwing flowers, they're saying to celebrate, woo, and with that of an announcement coming from that of one of the people saying, thank you so much for this opportunity, and we will be back in a month for that of the Spirit Blossom Festival, or one day to speak with the dead. Be prepared for that play now. As that of more cheers and flowers are going about. For you, and pretty much during this time, you will see, you will hear that of what seems to be like multiple people starting to somewhat get up, maybe start to leave. They don't particularly notice or care much mind of you. However, there's a couple of what seems to be like kids running around and playing, talking about like one person being wolf, one person being lamb. Someone needed to be them, and someone needs to be the man for them to play their little game. As someone's not really paying attention or looking. As one of them runs into pretty much your leg, Zutark. As you hear as onto the floor now, you see that of a pretty much that of a little girl with that of still feathers and almost weird animal like ears, almost representing that of what close to what Thule would be.
Alright, Sutak could kind of look down at the child and grumbles. Hey, watch it.
she proceeds to kind of get scared. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And uh she proceeds to kind of start to get up and is apologizing, you see that of the two other children that were behind her, as well as that of another person. Give me a second here. Firstly, I'm going to show you guys. These are the three little kids that you guys are seeing. It is appear to be two little girls and one little boy. As I said before, they all have features that kind of represent almost like a Vestine-like nature, towards maybe closer towards that of Julie. And behind them, you didn't really hear that of the wheels wheels creaking or anything like that, but you see as that of a man behind them kind of sees the situation going on, and looking at them, he kind of looks like the grown-up version of these little kids, as he appears to have that of a almost weird like white uh white like vehicle of sorts. I say vehicle because uh a wheelchair isn't really the most common thing just in general, uh but it does appear to be that of a chair on wheels to you guys, as he is as again he looks similar to that of the kids, almost Vestian like, as he looks over to you, and kind of like when he talks, he usually kind of like has his eyes closed a little bit, so he's trying to seem really friendly, as he's like, "Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. These kids they can be really rambunctious sometimes, and excuse me, you over there." He's pointing over to you, Julie.
Julie would just like point to himself. Me? Yes.
Yes, you come closer here.
Yeah, I will do so.
Yeah, that guy over there.
You proceed to go up to him, and he kind of like slowly is putting up his hand up to your face, and he pretty much, hand on face, is kind of like looking at you, and he's like, "Is that you, little birdie?" You hear him say "little birdie," and basically the memories start to flow back a slight bit, as this was a very long time ago. But you actually do know this person a little bit from a long while ago. Pretty much when you were still when you were still in Ionia for a good while, you had that of your family, your clan, stuff like that. However, this person would be that of a, not specifically like mother or father or anything, but he would be like that of your uncle, essentially.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh shit.
As you remember, this is Uncle Adnir.
Julie's just gonna like kind of, almost freeze for a moment, be like, Adnir, could it really be?
I thought I wouldn't be able to see you for, well, ever. Where did you go?
He's not going to answer immediately. He's just going to throw his arms around him and just embrace him, and then immediately be like, oh, this would be much nicer if I didn't have so many open wounds.
What has happened? You know what? I understand. You don't even need to say a word. Here, my nephew, we can get you a place to rest for now.
Oh, rest would be. It's so good to see you, Uncle. Please, I must introduce you to my He kind of hesitates before eventually settling on the word friends.
It is a pleasure
It's
to
been a-
meet you, Uncle of
It's been
Turing.
it's been a long journey to get us all here, but I'd love to do far more formal introductions, but the forest is more hostile than I remember it.
These he kind of like hesitates to say something for a second. He goes, "These times are indeed not the best for anyone. It's uh, it's a long story, and we could get to that later. For now, I can see that of the injuries, and it's for you and he kind of looks back, your friends. As he you can see he's going to pretty much kind of like call for a couple of people, and they come very quickly for some reason, but call a couple of people who proceed to be ready to kind of like take you guys to where you would need to go. And for most of you, he's believing to be that of a place to pretty much get healed up. And what he doesn't explain until now, though, is he goes, "These people are here to help, so please do not pay them much mind. We will be going to my place, though." And the reason why it looks strange is because to uh, Mellis can recognize these people that are next to him. They're not in the clothing, but he recognizes them as potentially Noxian.
Wait, which people next to me are?
The people next to
The
Adnir. The he pretty much
oh,
called over a couple people that it's almost like bodyguard style.
huh. Interesting. Now this will kind of eyes will go a little bit wide real quick, and then they'll kind of go back to normal. He'll kind of really be focusing on like the bodyguards. These are the people he's called over, basically. He won't like say anything right now. We're still kind of in public areas, but he'll just kind of keep his focus on them.
All right. And with that, he is as he says he's basically going to potentially bring you guys over to his place for now. And with the help of of the other people, bringing upon more people that might be able to, like patch you up, give you bandages and stuff like that, which you guys will be getting to. So before we get to break, you guys will be able to get a long rest in. But honestly, you can remove that of all of your exhaustion, as you guys will be getting that of a pretty much super long rest, as you guys are both in that of a safe place, as well as have a good amount of time to be able to get that rest in. But pretty much, like I was saying, before I get to that, even though you guys can go ahead, uh he will say, "But now I will say I am excited to be able to talk with all of you, but welcome to that of the city of Kianvi." As now, I will show off this, and this is where we will take our break.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, we will be back. Hello, hello, hello. With that, we are back. And now that we are back, we are going to get into just a little. We're going to get into this for a good little bit here. Unfortunately, we did lose lose core for I think the rest of the session, but it should be fine. For now though. You guys had gotten out of your rest. Zutark and Zutark, if you're there, and Melis, you guys can get rid of of your exhaustions. Like I was saying before, you got a like um like a good full rest. Like you guys will be like essentially oversleeping pretty much like a whole ass day, but you guys will have time here.
All right, cool.
So in that meantime though, of them resting, of them resting and maybe just having that of a sit down in general, Julie, I will ask you, do you want to have a personal talk with him, or do you want to wait until your group's here to talk with him?
I think I will. If I'm up earlier, I think I would probably have a personal talk with him.
All right. You how up early do you want to be? Earlier than children will wake up, or just earlier in general?
Just earlier in general, I think.
All right. So you see that of like the kids running around as they look very playful, even though that there still seems to be almost like almost guards, you would pretty much say, around the house, but they don't really seem to really care or mind too much. Like sometimes you'll see them kind of lazily like yawn and look like they're about to like fall back on their stick or something. um they seem pretty relaxed for at least the time being. uh you though proceed on to like maybe even to, I would say, not the kitchen, but what would be that of the tea room, as you can see Adnir clear as day behind that of a table, looking at that of his book and sipping that of some tea. And weirdly enough, he has that of another cup of tea, essentially fresh, basically freshly poured, like pretty much in this on the opposite side of him, so like in front of you, essentially, as it's almost like he was expecting you.
Julie would just kind of laugh to himself and, take a seat, take the tea, give it a little blow, make sure it's cool enough, and just take a sip and say, "It's incredible. After all these years and how different the rest of the island looks and feels, everything here is just as I remember."
Okay. um he he takes kind of like a long sip at first, as you're talking, not as you're talking, I'm sorry, after you're done talking, and says, do you know what they tried to do to the tea?
No.
They tried to use the tea as a substitute for milk. Do you understand that?
Not in the slightest, no.
And I was
Substitute.
baffled by it. But you know what? Those children, they have an imaginative mind.
The
Unfortunately,
gang's still going strong then.
yes. It is it's going strong enough. My dear boy, tell me tell me exactly what has happened to you.
Julie would just kind of like take another long sip just to kind of steel himself for the coming conversation. I was on the front lines. Back when the war was in its, what I now understand as the early phases. When our human reinforcements started constructing their temples, their villages, their barracks and strongholds in the back line, something changed. Many of us who were fighting, it was like we were losing our connection to the land that we were fighting to protect. I don't know how many others survived the encounter, but the front line I was on was overrun. Suppose they thought my colors were rather fanciful.
You did
They
shine
boarded me
brighter than
upon
other
their ships and
kids.
took me to their land.
Did did you survive or did you at least thrive?
I did what I could. They put me in their fight camps. They thought with my plumage I'd make good for a little jester to entertain the crowd, but myself and the other prisoners of war and the criminals there, we realized very quickly that Noxians don't care for blood, they just care for bread and circus. They thrive off tales of combat that most of them won't go and see, so they live vicariously through the arenas. I used my fighting techniques and developed a style of my own. Something that looked flashy, something that let us create a facsimile of combat and blood sport that would mean we had more chance of surviving. I saw so many reckoners fight to the death where even the winner would be put down for not meeting their entertainment standards. All the others started to realize pretty quickly that my way of thinking, where you could lose an entertaining match and live to fight another day, was better than genuine glory. And for a time it worked until we heard of what happened over here. There was a time where they were starting to warm to me as their plumed champion, their little arena peacock, but when news of what General Aurelia did, all of a sudden being Ionian was a mark of shame again.
Do you believe what you did was right? uh, Even if you did or didn't believe in it,
I
you're
don't know.
here now. Though I can't promise you that this is going to be the best place for you to be after going through such as what you have. I'm sorry I couldn't have been more help to you. But maybe I might be able to
Uncle,
do
you have
something
nothing
now.
to apologize for.
Oh no, no, no. Okay. I'll just say it. Right now, there are not the most of us around. Between the Noxians and other reasons, more of us Vestayan have been dying down and down. in this whole city, you would probably see that of a variety of cultures, I would say. You'll see that between that of Phestians, you'll see that of humans. You will even see that of past Noxians. This is the city of Kionvi, and in this place, I have wanted to mold it into that of a sanctuary for that of all. And I hope you will understand that.
Surely we'll just kind of like look into his tea and just be like, maybe a month or so ago I would have found that far more difficult. But just to be here and breathing the air again when I never thought I would. I've gotten to know these companions of mine. Not super well, but I've shed blood with them, which in some cultures is binding, I'm told. He just kind of like, tugs on like the Shuriman neck collar. He's got a bit like... Some of these cultures have the strangest fashions,
I would have loved to see that. Unfortunately, how I am now, I don't think I'll be able to really sightsee anymore. But it is alright.
He just kind of nods and goes,
You were saying?
yes.
You good? You're cutting in and out really badly.
No, Chile. Short window. No, almost like ritualistically, he'll like,
He's catching
oh
up.
god damn it! I like nudged my, I like nudged my internet, like trying to grab a plug earlier during the break. And that'd be good if it's screwed my internet now.
I can hear you now.
Cool. Julie will just be like, I fought alongside everything from slaves to emperors in the short time I've been free. Now that I'm finally home, it's nice to see someone, in some small way, holding on to the old ways that I remember, but these are lands of change. And he'll like, clasp like a fist in his hand and bow and be like, while I'm here, if I can, the longest I remain here, I'll do what I can to build your dream, Uncle, I promise.
He almost see like, it doesn't look like he's gonna cry, but you almost feel like he would have had like a tear start to form up with the face that he made as he's like, it's all right. Hey, you just being alive is good enough for, I would hope, everybody. And if you accept everybody, then you will be accepted in Hyunvi.
Yeah, Chili's just bursting into tears at that. The waterworks are on.
It is okay, my dear nephew. You see as he's like trying not to tear up now too. Now he's actually teared up. He's like, you see you cry. He's like, I'm crying now. He's just like trying to be like, welcome home. Welcome home. And I think at that point you guys would have like a small little cry session, and if other people wanted to find you at this point, I would say they could like after that.
Yeah. If people like walk in on it, it'd be like, Ionian pollen, potent, I'd forgotten how,
Extremely so.
Julie, are you crying over there?
No, of course not. Warrior, strong, big, strong warrior. Many swords, yes.
Why is there water running from your face then?
Maybe there's too much ginger in the tea, Uncle. Who knows?
Can't
Nope.
be just spilling my
Water
secrets.
smells very salty. Must be tears.
Uncle, I'd like to introduce you to Zutark. Zutark's a desert troll. There's trolls in the desert.
Oh,
Why is little man in little chair on wheel?
he kind of just looks over at Chuli like he's like trying to be like, do I need to say it? As he looks back at Zutark and he's like,
Julia will just kind of think of it like, crocodile. Hit you. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
he's catching up again.
Yeah.
Catching up again.
Oh.
Okay, try
Let me
now.
go,
Try now.
like, tweak my internet. I'll be 2 seconds.
Fair.
What he means is 5 minutes probably.
Yeah, you guys carry on. I'll be back in 2 secs.
Okay, so he's pretty much like, don't just this is because I've lost that of the ability to walk. So instead I will be using this as a contraption of sorts and getting myself around as if it was like a small wagon. Does that make sense?
You just see Zutark just like befuddled look. It's like, what does that even mean?
I think at this point, Kar will step up. Zutark, if you lost a leg, you wouldn't be able to walk so good, would you?
Well, that's just ridiculous. Zutark would never lose a leg.
Well, let's say, do you have someone from your tribe who is very, very, just way worse at fighting than you, and they lost their leg?
Well, no, because if they were bad at fighting, they would already be dead. Duh.
Let's say you rescued them and they only lost their leg.
No, we usually eat them.
Ah,
Did I just make mention to say if we could not have violence in my city, it'd be very much appreciated.
What? I'm
I-
not saying I was going to eat him. I'm just saying.
Just as I am
just-
just saying, correct?
we will try our best. I will try my best to prevent any violence. But keep in
Unless
mind
I-
that Zutark's culture is more physical than others.
Yeah.
You
We
see,
get bored really easily.
you see Carr as he pretty much says to you like, please do, but like he doesn't say it. Like he's just like moving his lips, like he's like signaling you.
Yeah, I nod very subtly. I
What's
don't even
with
think
the
I have
head
to be subtle.
nod? Are we nodding?
I
Are
don't
we
even think I
agreeing
need to
to
be subtle.
something?
Yeah. Don't worry, it's just another greeting. You can nod
What
to
are we-
people and
What are we greeting?
Hello.
I'm confused.
each other. You know, if you nod at someone, that's usually a greeting. Works almost anywhere, really.
Oh, when we nod, that means we're going to eat someone.
I have a feeling most of the things you do mean you will eat someone.
Well, yeah.
Well,
We have to. That's what we
can
do in the desert.
I'm also from the desert, but we didn't eat each other. Can we just say, if you're not around people of your kind or your tribe, and you nod at them and they nod at you, it doesn't mean that anyone is going to eat anyone else.
Well, where's the fun in that?
You can always just tell people that you want to eat them. I mean, you
No.
shouldn't if you don't mean it, but oh, alright.
Much better to not let them know, or else the meat gets all weird.
I mean, you could just nod at them and not go forward with the eating part.
Can we potentially skip over the very nauseating conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you getting hungry too? Do we need to find something for you to eat?
I was gonna
think I'm
ask, is there anywhere we could get a breakfast?
Of course.
I have a feeling that the hunger inhibits his ability to, think in more directions than one.
Hey, Zootalk know all directions. Zootalk know west and down
So, you're that of
and
a
up.
meat lover, is that correct?
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Well, I guess I could go and ask. Excuse me, Adnia calling here. As he is kind of like raising his voice a slight bit to be more heard, as out of a couple people come in, and a couple people come in with that of Ionian clothing, but don't specifically look Ionian. Adnir goes to them and says, "Could you go and make that a heftier breakfast? Do not mind using up as much um bacon, I guess, as possible." I don't know if they have a different word for bacon, but I'm going with bacon. As
Bacon.
huh?
Bacon.
Bakun. Bakun.
I don't know.
Go get your bakun.
Yes.
No, but like as he kind of says, you can follow them downstairs, and they will be, and you can wait in the dining room as they will make that a breakfast. And don't worry about eating your fill. I believe we should have enough to fill even everybody.
Zootalk doubt that, but we'll see. Zootalk always hungry.
Right. Anybody who wants to stay, though, I do have important things to discuss.
Does Zootalk have to stay with him? Zootalk wanted to go eat food.
It is alright, I can keep him company.
Okay, Zootalk will eat.
Alright.
Notice we'll follow Zootark down to eat as well.
Yeah. So I guess Tully and his uncle can have some more one-on-one time.
Yeah, Chuli's not going to stay too long, but he is going to be, one thing I was learning very quickly before I went on my little excursion, and from the time I spent in the pits and outside of it, is humans have a funny way of relying on precious metals to make the world go round. I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna play around with the purse that I that I took from our dearly departed Yordle friend, and I'm just gonna, drop a bag of 300 gold in front of Adnir and be like, "I'm sure the city will make better use out of this than I would."
He tries to push it back and says, "I can't accept this. This is your money, and I believe what we are doing fine enough on our own."
Julie's gonna pull out a single coin that's got a Zeus face on it. Like, this definitely isn't my money.
He looks at you for a minute to see if you're gonna take the bag back or not, and if you don't, then he will just have to accept it.
Yeah, Julie's not. He's just going to be like, I'm sure if you have no need of it, Uncle, then you'll definitely find someone who will have need of it, that will have something the city needs. With a little feathery flourish, be like, the art of trade. See you at breakfast.
Well, I have a question before you go.
Yes?
Why did you come back here?
back home.
More specifically, to here.
Truthfully, Uncle, it was the first settlement we came across. If I'd known you were here, I definitely would have gone here willingly and purposefully.
Well, then maybe there's a new fate for you to follow instead. Whatever that may mean. He's going to say, whatever that may mean, may the spirits light your path. And the spirits light your path is what I'm going to go with for that is the Ionian greeting, the like exchange greeting, what people would say.
And Julie's just gonna smile and be like, and as they say in Shurima, water and shade. And head off.
Yeah, you head down and see about I don't know whatever anyone's food is at, but like probably 10 plates stacked up next to Zutark as he's chowing down, man.
No,
By the gods, I was gone 2 minutes.
I know you're gonna miss it all out. No.
I'm gonna run and get my own plate of bacon.
It just unhinges his jaw and, carries a blade and just shoves it down.
Are you gonna eat that?
Yes, I will eat what's on my singular plate. Thank you. I'm sorry.
You see this? You slowly see his 3 fingers slowly drift towards your plate.
I will grab my plate and move a few feet away. That's mine. Look, you still have food on your 10 plates.
Oh yeah, you're right. You just start scarfing it down.
I'll eat a bit faster. Oh well. Quite
Alright.
peaceful here.
So, you guys having that of your nice good meal, however long that lasted, Adnir comes down into that of not to he comes basically down to where that of the living room is and says he will be outside when you are all ready to talk for anything else as he proceeds on outside.
Well, let's head outside, I guess, once he's finished eating.
Yeah.
See, the real question is, where's Yasuo? Where did that man go?
He left us. He left us the day before.
Yeah, he left us a while ago.
Man just took us to religion and said later, bam.
Funny enough, that just be what he does. I don't know what to tell you.
That do be what he do.
Anyways, you all proceed on eventually outside to where you can see that of the kids out. You see that they're like playing some type of game of tag, but with a stick as they are running around. They are running around in general in that of the decently sized kind of like yard up on top of this the rocky like area where the rocky like area, if you like look kind of down, you can kind of see down towards the city a little bit, so it's a nice kind of like view almost, or viewpoint. So it's a little bit weird that now that you're thinking about it, that he's got a pretty decent house and a decent place in this village. Well, sorry, city, I should say. As you but even beyond that, Adnir, who again has that of of another book that he is reading. Sees as people are starting to come out. I hope you enjoyed breakfast.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes, this was quite good.
So, more of a general question towards you all. What exactly does bring you to the city of Gyeonvi? If there's any way I can help, let me know.
Melissa kind of look around a bit. Say, we've been given a mission of sorts from an old man in the tower.
That could be many places, but keep going.
We are nothing else. We'd be looking for an invitation to some sort of event that's happening. Maybe it's this Spirit Blossom Festival that's happening here.
He thinks to himself for a second. You wouldn't need an invitation to the Spirit Blossom Festival, as that is an open thing for everyone. However, you see as he kind of like has a big pause. I do know of another type of invitation that you would potentially need. If that is exactly what you might be needing. However, that one has not one I am truly willing to spill right now.
Oh,
Perhaps there's something else that you need.
explain to me this Spirit Blossom Festival.
The Spirit Blossom Festival is an ancient and celebrated time for us in Ionia. It is the day when the door to the spirit world is opened. The dead can return to their loved ones, and spirits of all manner turn their eyes towards the living. It is the day that we can speak with that of the dead.
Melis just has kind of a shocked and disgusted looking face. By Nagaboros' beard, the dead returns? What kind of blasphemy is this?
You think about it too hard, they don't just come and do any danger or harm. It's purely just to say hello for a day.
Say your hellos when they're alive. The dead stay dead. No stagnation upon this world needs to happen.
Melias, shut up. You can't go to a foreign country and tell them what to do with their spirits.
Ah.
It is alright. I understand the different point of views. As long as you are able to keep to yourself and don't bring any harm to that of my citizens, then I will gladly have you here, though.
I would be honored to witness it.
I'll be
Uncle,
choosing to be elsewhere for this festival.
We encountered a spirit the night previous. Roaming loose, it had inhabited that of a treant.
And you survived?
Barely.
One of us didn't.
I'm sorry to hear that, but for those that are alive, be glad you are, because those, well, evil spirits per se, have been becoming more of a frequency around, well, around Ionia in general. I'm not quite sure what that might mean, but it might have something to do with what the Noxians have been doing to our land.
What have they been doing? I noticed on our arrival that they still have a settlement.
They've been building on into Ionia, where you would think Ionia would fight back normally, but they've been creating these strange almost like magic sucking crystals that have been sucking that of the life out of Ionia. And maybe that is why Ionia is angry. That is why some of us choose to fight back. Some of us choose to also, well, let it happen. And right now, the city is, well, on that of the side of the Navori. Yeah. Knowing that of Irelia, being on the side of the Navori would be being on the side of fighting back against that of Noxus. Or at least of the people or at least the people who do choose to fight.
Well, we are not here to join any fight.
Well, that may or may not happen either way, and I cannot guarantee you what is to come of your fate. I am just here to hopefully see you all healthy. At least you, Julie.
Of course, Uncle. Have there been any other sorts of disturbances on the island?
Well, there seems to be, I believe, some type of killer on the loose. At least from the whispers I've heard. I don't have much information on it. Just on that there's been a murder here or there. One that is quite drawn out, per se. Blood almost representing that of roses. So, do be careful out there. But I believe with your group, you should be fine.
Thank you for the warning, anyways. So, I guess we will stay here to witness the festival. And then maybe find a clue there. Ask a spirit.
Of course, we're here for a good month. I'm sure we can put ourselves to use in that time.
Yeah. I'm sure of it. Nice.
I guess.
It should be perfectly fine. But if we're done
Right, so-
here, I do have more to discuss with Thule.
Edmure, was it? One question: would it be safe for large event here to go out hunting?
Honestly, no. I wouldn't suggest going
Why?
outside these walls too far. And I
Why
wouldn't-
not?
Because then you might find more evil spirits, such as what you've counted before. And you possibly don't know how the correct way to go about killing an animal. At least around
What do you mean? You take the skull and then you bash it. What's there to not understand?
There's an art to what you do after the kill.
Eat them?
Yes. Well, you cannot just eat the flesh, you must use the other remains too. I'm sure your
Oh,
tribe
so you
did.
eat the bones. Okay, well that's easy.
Yes. No, well,
You're
almost.
getting it.
At least if it's
See,
being
well, why
used, I
didn't you say
suppose.
so?
Oh god.
You killed him.
Magnus just died.
Sorry, I was coughing.
Well, I don't suggest eating bones for anybody, but I will say that you do that at your own risk.
Just, Zutark, be careful when you go out hunting, is what I think he's saying. But you
Of
always are,
course.
aren't you? Yes.
Yes, I'm always careful. I only have
Yes, Hunter.
scars from the one time back in the desert. Big old worm came out, but I ate it.
See?
Uh, uh, Car, you feel that of a tug on that of your robes. One that feels like a small tug. And as you proceed to see, it seems like one of the three children, specifically one of the girls, goes, "Mister, you look like kind of like fun. Would you like to come join us for some games?"
Yes, sure. I'll be off then. Have a good day. Thank you for your hospitality. And
Yay!
Kara will, go with them. Entertain the children, I guess. Village clown now.
Yeah, have fun babysitting anyways.
Yeah, Kara's daycare.
Zutark, Bellis, what do you guys do?
Hmm. Might as well, I guess, just look around for now. Is the festival's not happening right now, is it? I couldn't remember when they
You were
said the festival
told
is happening
you were told from the play it was in a month.
in a month. Okay, that's right. Okay. Um.
Julie's just going to take like a little quick moment just to side to the group and be like, I'm sure there's a reason we're not being immediately invited to this. Give me a bit of time. I'm sure I can find out what the requirements are. Take some time to get used to the city. See if there's anything we can be of use for. Get used to the lay of the land. Make yourself known. Might as well be of use if we're going to be here in a month, and if we earn our keep, we might earn that invite as well.
Not a bad idea. Melis will just I guess kind of look around town then. Wait, hold up.
Julius is going to give them the whole like debrief of like, may the spirits be with you is our water and sand. Give them like kind of a brief overview of any like social faux pas or anything.
It's the Ionian way is called the spirit. May the spirit light your path.
May the
It's
spirit
both-
light your path. Cool.
It's both a greeting and like a sending. What's the other one? You know what I'm talking about. A greeting and a goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah, give him like a tour guide, Cliff Notes, Ionian way, and then head back to Uncle Adnia.
Zutark and Bellis, you guys going together?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. We'll go together.
All right. I think I want to do it like this. I want to just kind of continue with this conversation a little bit. So, uh, as everybody heads off, somewhat to do their own thing, uh, you see of that of uh Uncle Adnir proceeds to go to kind of like start to wheel himself back into his home.
Okay, and Julie will follow.
He proceeds to go towards a room into it where it seems to have a few good books around. Almost as if this is like the books that he chooses that he like proceeds to like read, or maybe he writes some of them. But you see as you guys are essentially in his personal little study. The light even shines in a good little bit, so that way it's pretty easily able to read in the light. And he goes, you know, it was a struggle for a while. After the Noxian invasion the first time, I had well, let's just say that was the reason why I'm in this predicament I am in now. The reason I am now bound by the chair. It wasn't a fun time for anybody. And even amongst that of others who didn't want to fight, that of refugees, everybody was panicked, looking for a place to be, a place of belonging. And that is where I had become, or at least had to become, that of almost a mayor of the city. A lot of responsibilities have fallen quite on me.
I'm sure. Uncle, if there's anything I can do, please make use of me while I'm here.
As much as I would like to say that, I want to know more than anything. Give me a good reason, at least, why you would want to know about this invitation.
Tuli will just kind of, exhale deeply, look around, make sure that the study's closed, and just be like, Uncle, I can't think of anyone in this world that I would trust more than you, so I'll speak plainly. But if I might open with a question. When I said, have there been any other disturbances? I didn't want to say this in earshot of the children, but has there been any presence of the void on the Ionia?
I think I will say not necessarily. The only things that have really come to hear of Ionia is usually that of, well, either the Noxians or creatures that, well, generally are not good spirits. And he's not talking about the angry spirits either. He's talking about like creatures that like undead creatures that come from the Shadow Isles.
Chuli's just gonna like set his spear down and just kind of like lean against it. Be like, the person that sent us on to this island with this charge, he didn't do it to send me home. He did it because we're all here for a specific mission. I have seen what the Void is doing to Shurima. Even with the city being resurrected in the way that it is, the Void is tearing the desert apart. Entire temples and ruins being swallowed, creatures among the sand that I dare say could eat this entire village whole. It's as if the gap between the void and rune tenor is becoming thinner by the day. The person who charged us with this said he has foreseen cataclysms in multiple timelines except this, and that we might be the ones to set things on a different path, but in the nature of prophecy, the instructions weren't exactly the most concrete. We were told to come here and to accept an invitation. That's as much as we were told, but given the weight of the entire world, I appreciate, given all circumstances, whatever needs to be done in this city forest to earn this invitation, we'll do it, but I dare say we have a lot riding on this one.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Let's go. Not great, but I'll take it.
He looks at you and he's like, I didn't want to say anything, more so specifically because I didn't want you to have to deal with things further than what you've already had to deal with. But seeing as you're going to deal with a lot more tougher things, I think it is fine. I will tell you, yes, I know exactly what invitation you might be looking for. How that might affect that of, well,
Yeah.
Ionia, I'm not too sure. But you are essentially looking for that of an invitation to an underground pit.
Well,
Underground fighting arena, if you will.
thank you.
I will also say, not only that, but this arena, it is, well, how do you say it's run by another one of our cousins.
Holy. This. I'm really getting
You good, Zootark?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just asking, I heard whispering. But yeah, Tuli, you can see he was very reluctant about giving this information, but he feels a little bit more relieved now.
Julie's just kind of like having a moment of like, I can't tell if I'm disappointed or excited, frankly. How nostalgic.
It's the reason why I didn't want to specifically just put it upon you after everything that you've told me you went through. So, I will say, I can give you and your friends that of the invitation to get in. However, because I need to know if I need to know if one, you are strong enough for it. Two, you are willing to do what it takes, no matter what, to complete that of this mission that you, so to speak. Even through that of what may or may not happen. And most importantly, we all both know how Ionia is. It is usually never just a give or take situation. And I'm thinking of something that may be worth this give and take.
Julie will like once again clasp his hands and like bow his head and be like, you know, Uncle, I always believed I was fighting to protect this island when I went to the front lines. It was what I was willing to lay my life down for. And even though I ended up in somewhere completely different, I've come back with the exact same goal. But it's not just this island. If what this prophet, chronomancer, wizard, whatever he considers himself, if what he tells me is true, then I'm fighting for the entire world. Everything from the ground beneath my feet to everything I have ever laid my eyes upon. You know, I'm gonna reach down and just start fumbling with my disguise kit. And just be like, you know, I didn't expect to ever find something like this on this island. Maybe there was a time that Thule of Vastaya would have balked at the idea of a fighting pit. He's gonna like give a little flourish and just cover himself in some of the costume that he used in the Reckoner pit and just be like, but the Peacock of the Bastion, Champion Reckoner, welcomes the challenge.
Give me a performance roll.
I have advantage on performance because of Dancer, I believe.
I believe it.
Damn.
Oh boy!
Oh
be
my
glad
god,
you at least had
it's not
advantage.
my day.
Wow, your day, but you got stats.
Jesus.
Yeah, you proceed on into making quite a scene with that. He looks at you for a solid moment and then proceeds to go. Oh, you still have the flourish even since you were a kid. Well, I can tell you, I will set up something for you. I will set up something for you and your group to do.
Thank you, Uncle.
Come back here tomorrow morning and prepare for that potential journey.
Thank you. If you don't mind, Uncle, I'm going to try and catch up with my associates and get to see what we've built here.
Yes, just whatever you do, please don't mess with the crystals in the middle. They are a monument of sorts. A destruction of what tried to take this city down almost. Or sorry, not take the city down, chain the city down. To chain the city down. But we are that of the Kianvi, and we will not stay chained down.
Of course, Uncle. I'll be sure to let the others know. Make sure Zutak doesn't chew on them or anything.
It like you say that, and now it comes to you a little bit, and you're like, wait a minute, somebody might actually do something. The crystals.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely logged.
Anyways, he nods, kind of like nods for you off, and you guys, you proceed to the brace, pretty much say that, you know, be careful and on your way. So, what was it? Oh, yeah. May the spirit light your path. All right, so Card does not get a choice in this because he's being led by the kids.
Yes.
But Zutark and Melis, where are you guys wanting to try to go in this city? I can tell you I can tell you at least the play that happened that you guys came from, the theater is down here where
Ooh,
I'm
wait, let me see.
pinging.
Okay, all right.
And the home that you guys got to rest was in here at the top of this kind of like small like mountain.
Okay. I guess I'll hold on, I'm trying to appear the least imposing. I mean, probably least imposing than a large ass troll. So I want to ask the first nearest person I see, like if they know the way to the like market area, if there is a market area, I guess.
Do you are you just saying that normally?
Yeah, to the first person I who I can get to like listen to me ask the question. Basically, I'm gonna
They
kind of
pretty
go down people.
You notice people don't really like stop to really talk to you because like they like some like people stop to like see to look at you, and then after you say a few things they would just leave.
Oh damn. This might be harder than I thought to do, Tark. Not sure who.
Really? What gave you
That's,
that idea?
hush it. I suppose we could just look around. Start by the coast. Markets usually pop up there. This is a coast, right? This is actually a coast city. I just want to verify that.
It's on the coast.
Okay, yeah. I
Uh
guess I'll go over to like this area, see what's over here.
all right. During that time, uh Julie, how would where would you have tried to go?
I think I would have just aimlessly wandered, to be honest. Like this all, like I'm just kind of quite excited to see what my uncle has helped build. Probably towards the crystals, because yeah, if anything goes wrong, immediately should probably get used to them. So probably like over this direction way.
All right. Okay. So beforehand, Zutark Melis, you come up to uh you guys get closer to where you will see that of pretty much where some ships are kind of like would be coming in or out, and you could see that of people bringing in stuff, having stuff going out, and you start to realize this is more of a port city. um
Oh,
uh and as they're bringing in stuff, they're bringing it into like certain storages here and there, and nobody's really paying you much mind, nor the troll much mind. And it's more, I would say it would be weird if it wasn't for the fact that what's more weird is as you look around, as I once again, it seems to be like that of a few different like Vastayan like races. There seems to be that of humans. Maybe you might even see that of a yordle or two walking around. There's pretty much just like that of a not like the whole bunch of different races, but at least a few different species.
gotcha.
Making your way up here though, you proceed to kind of like try to get in, go in, and uh you get stopped at the front by a couple of what looks to be like guards, and they say some words.
Wait,
They just say some words, bro. I don't know if you know Ionian or not.
I do not.
They at least put up their hand to kind of show you like don't go in, pretty much. So there's that.
I'll kind of ask them. Do you perhaps speak common?
Kind of like they just look at you. They look at you still as if they're like waiting for you to leave.
Clearly, this be someone important, House Zutark. So let us be somewhere else.
Okay.
Where do you want to try to visit to? What
We want to
fancies
find.
your eye? You want to fight? Well, we'd probably have to leave town for that one. Find some of the monsters that lurk about.
Give me before you keep going. Give me a second here. You guys kind of hear that of a kind of voice kind of like behind y'all as coming up to you. You hear that of a uh of it's more it's a extremely feminine voice as she goes, you two wouldn't happen to be looking for anything to shop for, would you?
I was kind of be a little surprised. Turn around to see who this feminine voice is coming from.
You,
And
s-
oh,
you see that of a woman to be in that of white clothing, white Ionian clothing with that of uh with that of what seems to be like something on top of her head, almost like a small cone that's upside down, but like is closed.
okay.
I'm gonna give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. In the chat here, it's like that, but like no accessories. It's just like the white, like the whole hat's white.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's fine.
But with that, she goes, "Do you? Are you all, or are you both looking for that of a shop?" Hmm?
My large companion here was looking for something to test his might against.
Yes.
Hmm. Well,
And I merely just wanted to look for a shop, sample the local wares.
if you're looking for that, so any shops, I can certainly help you, no matter what may be the service. However, I can't specifically help you in finding that of anything to fight around here. Not unless you feel like fighting that of everybody in the town.
Do you be hearing that, Zutark? No fighting for now, still.
Fine.
And as far as shops go, I would definitely like to know where the shops are at.
Um, she will point you into that of the direction of the shops, but she will also be somewhat heading there herself anyways. So you will see on the map down here where there's a bunch more like smaller like houses down here. This is where that of the shopping district would be.
Gotcha.
And if there's anything in specific you're trying to find, I may be able to point you in even the further right direction.
I'm not looking for anything specific right now. Just merely looking to shops.
Unfortunate. She kind of like just goes. She kind of just goes off and goes, "Well, you know the direction. There's plenty of people, plenty of shops you could probably find around. And good luck with your whatever it is." As she will proceed on and pretty much go off into the distance.
Well, we should just head on to the shops then as we talk.
Okay.
As you guys are heading down, I will say that after looking around at this crystal and whatnot, that Chuli will be able to see you guys and join you if he wants. But for Chuli, you did get to see that of this crystal. It's not represented on the map too well, but it's essentially um basically fragments and broken crystals, kind of like all on that of the floor, with that of chains. Like, what seems to be like a few chains in a couple of different areas in here. It is a open area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just catch up with the guys and be like, so how are you finding it?
Oh, you caught up with us? Oh, okay. Mellis will just, as he's looking around through the stalls, I'm assuming there's like stalls and stuff over here. And some buildings.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a super district. Like it's not like it's not like everybody and their mothers are trying to sell something or anything like that.
Yeah,
It just seems
okay.
like more of a smaller area where that's where all the shops would kind of be. There's even shops that obviously stand out more than others, but there are also shops that are probably a lot more fancier than others.
Gotcha. Okay. Merely trying to find something to entertain our friend here. So I do want to look and see wait, how much gold do I have? Wait, let me actually look at this. Wait. I've got a good amount of gold. Okay, all right, cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay, all right. Do I see anywhere that maybe selling like just general goods? By any chance? Just like.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll talk to you guys after session about it, but the for
Hell
the
yeah.
shopping phase, but we'll you guys can do the shopping off screen, just because
Oh,
it's
okay,
just
okay.
because we already are getting to the end of session, and two, I don't want to just have a big shopping scene.
Okay, all right, I got
And,
you. Okay, okay, that's
and
fine.
and if there's like a specific scene I want to do for like the shopping, we'll do it. It's just for that of like most of the shops that you'd want to go to. It's just pretty much off screen.
Okay, all right, okay, cool. Well, then I'll spend some time getting some shopping done, but I also want to just like kind of maybe do a little talking with something like the store keep, or basically just kind of see what kind of rumors are going around. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do. Also,
So before you do, because I'll ask you from what shop that you would
okay,
from what shop you'd want to get information or try to get information from. The shops include that of like um uh there are like smithies. There's even a place for like for some hot springs. There are is that of like your general goods, uh and weirdly enough, a good few fashion shops, which sound a little bit weird.
um, I think one place I will go to get information will be at a smithy. I want to talk to the blacksmith.
Tell the blacksmith. Like I said, some of that's gonna be off screen. So I'm gonna say, how do you want to try to get this information? You could use one of the three, the charisma rolls of persuasion, intimidation, deception.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I want to do this. I more want to see. So the information I want to try to get from him is I guess kind of two things. One, his opinion on like where he stands on him fighting against the Noxus. Like, is he standing with Navori or whatever, or is he standing with the more peaceful side of things, the more peaceful group? And then, if he does seem to be standing with Navori, is he supplying them weapons? Is what I also want to know. And I will do persuasion. I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, persuasion. I haven't. Do I want to take? Do I want to keep that? Hold on. Forget it. I will use an inspiration. I will re-roll that because I have to do it before I find out if it succeeds or whatever, right? I think. Okay, yeah. So I will inspiration that. Oh, okay. That wasn't too bad, but I do want to just try for better. So let's go. Persuasion. Ah, that's worse. That's an 8. I
At least
figured
you
that
got
might
the
happen.
15. As you've gone to the smithy, I started asking some questions. I can tell you right now, the smithy that you're talking to appears to be an older fellow, one with that of a longer like beard, but still one that seems to be over that of the anvil, like kind of going like smacking into it as you're trying to talk to him a little bit. He stops as the more you kind of ask these questions, and he's like, uh, I wanted to say it, yeah. And you ask these questions like, I do not know of the really where these weapons go most of the time. However, I can tell you I don't fight for either side. I hope to stay as peaceful as I can, but I will defend my home if I need be. But I'm on the older side, and that would be a little bit harder to do. Julie, are you also in this shop?
I think so. Yeah.
Give me. Actually, both you and Zutark. So give me a second here. I need to see. Yep. Both of you can either give me a persuasion or nature check.
Oh, I am
Sorry,
not rolling
did
well
I say
today.
I said persuasion. I meant perception.
Oh, that's even worse. In which case, that's a 5.
No, you could just re-roll it because I said
Oh, I will.
perception, not persuasion.
I will absolutely take a free re-roll on that. Something that bad.
There you go, a little bit better. A 12.
And use Dark.
I will say Zutark there. You gonna roll?
I mean, I'll try persuasion.
No.
No, it's perception or
Oh,
nature.
perception. Okay, perception.
Hey, nice. 17. There we go.
So truly, you notice that the blades like on the walls or like any of the equipment here looks pretty decent, honestly. A pretty decent smithy. Honestly, you don't see any problem with it. However, Zutark, as you're looking at these weapons, you can see deeper into them. And I say into them as you can see that these are well made, refined weaponry, more well made than most weapons that you would have probably ever seen any smithy usually make.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell whoever this guy is at least extremely experienced, if not something else.
Okay.
Continue with Gondo, talking towards that of you, Bellis. He goes,
Mhm.
where the weapons go, I don't necessarily know, but between me and a few other smithies, we love to believe our weapons are at least used in that of good hands. Um, you see as he goes somewhat to start smacking back again into that of his into whatever he was somewhat making. And with that, Bellis, could you give me a either a perception or an insight roll?
Oh, I will. Oh, they're both the same actually.
They are both different outcomes. And I say that because I'll say that for every time I put out different things.
Wait, what? What the? Oh shit. Okay. Question. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I just passive perception to perception? I said that
No.
because my passive perception is the 25. Okay, that's fair. That's
get-
pretty fair.
I get what you would be going for, but this isn't like something you would casually like notice.
Just
It's
see.
something
Okay,
you actually
I
get to
got you.
see.
Okay, that's fair. Do I want inside or perception? Which one do I maybe want to have happen? I'm trying to get information, so I feel like he might be lying to me. So I'm gonna go insight more. So that's what I'm gonna do. Insight roll. Okay, I'll take a 20. I'll take a dirty 20. Not bad.
Nice. So you see as he starts kind of like pounding into like the metal onto like the anvil again,
Dirty 20.
you could see he you can see pretty much with the insight roll, you were able to kind of tell the words that he is speaking are pretty much true. However, the way that he is like kind of pounding into the metal, you look around, you kind of see that of all these weapons made, and you can see you from your time in Noxus, you're easily able to tell what is a good or bad weapon. And at the very moment, all of these look like pretty well made weapons, but for some reason, it feels like something is lacking. As if, like, when you look at him and what he's doing, you feel like he isn't truly putting his all into his work.
I'll kind of watch him hammer for a couple more strikes, and then how do I want to go about this? I want to actually say this. I'm gonna say you you must have seen a lot of bloodshed in your times, and bloodshed and dying in your times, haven't you? You probably don't want to see all your weapons being sent out to battle, killing more soldiers, more young men, someone's son, brother, nephew.
He like kind of stops striking for like a hot moment, and then he keeps going.
Now the real question is, even if you don't want to, why continue to supply weapons for them, though? Obviously, like you said, you got to protect your homeland. That makes sense. But the war was so long ago. Well, not so long ago, but the war was long ago, though. Now at this point, Noxus just only has some small encampments at the shores, and that's much about it. They haven't really been able to make any far advancing forward. So at this point now, the only ones really looking for fights are just the people of Navori.
Well, the people of Navori generally do try to protect this place.
That is true. That is true. How deep are we in? Out of character, how deep are we in Ionia? At this, I guess we never really. I don't know if we ever figured that out, did we?
You try to figure out where you are on the map.
No, not on like where is this city in Ionia? Basically, what I was trying to figure out, like, are we close to the border, or are we like deep in Ionia? Like, that's what I was trying to think. But I guess we never really figured that out. We just got teleported here, basically. Well, not here, but we just got teleported to Ionia. So
you're pretty much like pretty much in the middle, but still towards out of the coast. There isn't a specific place where the city actually is, at least like lore wise. So I just had to think about where it is. So
okay, fair enough. What was I gonna say with that? But someone like you, who's not so close to the coastal areas, as well as an older gentleman who you said yourself not built, not well versed in still combat at this point. Well, why are you still making weapons for them? Is beyond me. Or the weapons aren't going to the coast. That would be an intriguing offer. I'll kind of turn around to everybody else and I'll say, Well, has anybody else in here found anything interesting? These are some very well made weapons, just not with what's soul in them.
As you say that, he stops pounding on it on the anvil and goes, "Kid, how many fights have you been in?"
Well, not as experienced as one such as yourself, but I've seen my fair share of battles.
So, so you would declare yourself more of a fighter?
You could say so, yeah.
And do you think that you're going to fight until the end, the very bitter end?
With my heart and soul, I know that I'll go out fighting.
And it's just as the same for me. With my heart and soul, I've put everything into that of my legacy and the craftsmanship that follows from it. So, I make these weapons. I do not fight. And you're, and you'd be correct in one thing. These weapons, at least the ones out here, are soulless. They don't have much outside of their nature. I do have that of actual weapons, but ones I only entrust to those special.
Hmm. Something special, you say? What would you need to know about someone to know that they're special?
Well, one thing comes for certain. It comes with time and some good rice cakes.
What? Melissa actually is kind of look confused at that statement, like, huh? Rice cakes. What do food have to do with this?
Maybe that's just one for you to figure out. As for now, I will tell you, none of you would be worthy of one of these weapons at the very moment.
Melissa kind of shake his head, like do one quick shake, like, bah. Weapons probably aren't all that good anyway. And he'll start to walk out.
All right. For any further information, if you were to still look out for more information on this, you would be able to find out that there really isn't. There are Noxians in here in the city, but there's not really like too many that would even be like infiltrating the city per se. If anybody, it's pretty much more so Noxians that have essentially fled their missions to live that of a new life here.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
Um, so that's why there would be a bunch of kind of like more so Noxians around. Even though there seems to be some Noxian buildings in general around, but those buildings seem to be like customized a little bit differently to not fully look Noxian.
Okay, okay.
Um, as for anything more deeper into that, like underground information per se, uh, the only thing that you would be able to necessarily find at this point in time is uh, there are definitely a few special shops in this place. One of them that you basically had just met, basically what we would see to be some of the best craftsmanship of your life, for that
Yeah.
of Smithy at least. Um, and then there would be others such as potential whispers into that of these fashion shops.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
If you would want to explore more into that at another point in time, you can. But for now, um, I'm gonna say the day is starting to get later, and to a point where maybe it might be nice to take a rest for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good.
As for in the meantime, Car,
Yes.
give me a give me a performance roll, and then afterwards give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. Um, oh, that's not 20. And the con saving throw is also in that 20. What the fuck?
All right.
Damn,
So
that's
everyone-
I
crazy.
am daycare god.
So
Yo, that's amazing.
So everybody is gonna be coming back probably to like get their rest in for the night by going to back to Adir as he had that of rooms available, which I forgot to tell you the rooms you slept in. It was only 3 rooms, so some of you would have to bunk up pretty much, but that's for you to do, for you to talk about if you want. But as you guys are all like, you know, maybe even talking or just kind of like chilling out in the place, you see coming into the building that of Car, as uh Car does not look exhausted whatsoever. He does not look like he has changed his emotion since he has pretty much uh left to now. But for some reason, all the kids around are like pretty much exhausted, wanting to like eat or something after their extremely fun day with Car. And they essentially just love Car now, where now Car is like um
I have a gang of
it-
kids at
pretty
my
much
disposal.
you're now cool on Car.
Very nice. It's always my goal. Yes. Yeah. Car's quite happy as of now. And yeah, he'll join all of you for food. Yeah. You can see the occasional magic sparkle in the direction of the kids. Which seems to entertain them a bit more. Yeah.
um so because I do want to end it here soon, uh whatever happens now, sorry, not what happens now, whatever happens for that of the night, however you guys decide that, uh you guys get in that of your long rest for the night, and you guys come upon to now the morning, where
Whoosh, thump. Whoosh,
uh,
thump.
switch back some people. All right, you guys proceed to come into the morning now, where Adir is here, as all of you proceed to kind of somewhat come out from that of the front as he's waiting there. He seems to have a person next to him, and he goes, "I'm glad you, I'm
Yeah.
glad you are all awake and ready for that of this potential, well, journey in general. I am here to introduce to you who exactly you would need needing to help for that of this journey. And he's a good friend of mine, and I believe he would be of much use for everybody. As you will see, as oops, uh, he proceeds to show off this older man that seems to have yellow and blue clothing, Ionian clothing, with that of a long white beard, and
Yeah.
and Zutark and Melis, and I don't know if Shuli was specifically in there, but you guys would immediately notice this is the smithy you guys were talking to, and he's going to say, this is Byron. He is the son of Doran. And that is where we will be ending the session.
Oh shit!
Damn, Smith Doran.
Oh.
Very nice.
So thank you everybody so much for coming, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Thank you for the session. See ya.